Hi, welcome to the Inside Out Challenge. My name is Nzingah. I am a 500-hour yoga teacher and an apprentice in my Comprehensive Pilates training. March is typically where we celebrate March Madness, and it focuses on the 34 exercises that Joseph Pilates created in the Pilates genre of exercises. So this challenge is designed for you to build the blocks for each exercise instead of throwing you in there. I'm currently in a balanced body teacher training, and what I really love about that training is that we help learn how to help people build these exercises from the inside out, so that they're not just moving unintentionally. And so we do this thing called movement principles, so we understand the movements and what we're trying to integrate into the actual exercise. And so that's some of the things I'll be exploring with you in this journey, in this Inside Out challenge. Okay, so some things that you want to consider to purchase throughout this challenge is a couple of the following. A Pilates ball. This is about 8 inches. And usually when you inflate it, you're going to have it be slightly deflated because we like to use it to engage like our inner thighs and in other spaces. So we don't typically want this too inflated. One. You may want to also consider getting a magic circle. If you don't have a magic circle, we typically can get away with it, but there are definitely going to be places where I might say grab your magic circle. But if you have a ball, I can tell you how to replace it, or we can use none of these things at all. One of the things I highly recommend, depending on where you are in your spine, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more, particularly when we get into the 100, is having a towel that's rolled up or even a mat. And that's just going to support your spine in neutral, because some of us need a little bit of support when we're laying on our back to close the gap between our low back and the ground and not cause harm. And this is a great way for us to actually have access to movements that we didn't think were accessible because we were able to support the low back, okay? And this is also great for your neck or head as well. If you're dealing with osteoporosis, or osteopenia, one of the things I might recommend you bringing in is a wedge. Also, if you're pregnant. Now, depending on how many weeks you are in your pregnancy, there may be some exercises that you want to completely avoid altogether. But if you're someone who's dealing with osteopenia, osteoporosis, and are somewhere along in your pregnancy journey, you want to bring in a wedge, and that wedge has an angle to it. Especially if you're pregnant, this is something that you want to use because it'll help you not be completely reclined back, which you know is something that we want to avoid. And then with our osteoporosis and osteopenia clients, they're just places that we want to just avoid flexion altogether for you. And so this just helps you be present in the exercise without potentially creating some harm. So these are some of the things I recommend that you grab. You can find all of these things on the list that I've curated for you. So you'll see the link below. And my first question, day 1 challenge question, is what's your why? Why are you here? Why Pilates? I think in this current climate, in the conversations that we're having around Pilates, that our conversations around the why Pilates is beneficial to us has been very superficial. Yeah, all of us want to have the aesthetics that we associate with it, but Pilates is a really great place to get out of pain in your body, to fix your pelvic floor, to play with your balance, to get upper and lower body strength, as well as just really get this thing that we call our powerhouse in there. Throughout this practice of building our selves from the inside out, I'll be teaching you some of the Pilates terms along the way. But the real goal of this is that Pilates is accessible for everybody. And this challenge hopefully will help you feel better so that when you're going to a Pilates class, you can move with more intention. You can start to find the muscles that we want to lead the movement. And I'm so excited that you're here. So in the comments, drop it. What's your why? What's your goal here? Is that goal to feel stronger in your upper body strength? Is that goal to feel stronger in your abdominal strength? Is that to decrease your low back pain or pain in general in certain parts of your body? To offer more kindness to your body as opposed to trying to push your body to the limits because you're trying to fit your body in a certain square. So there's a couple ways that you can approach this, but I want you to set your intention. And that intention, I always say, doesn't have to be a number. It just can be an offering of kindness to self. And that could be something as simple as, I'm going to show up every day and be open to the possibilities, okay? So my intention is to grow as a Pilates teacher and to also be intentional about movement in my own body. So can't wait to see what you have to say in the chat. And let's get started.